Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Detroit's police chief seeking to end some of the speculation that's been swirling around the killing of a synagogue leader found stabbed to death at her home over the weekend. Thanks for being here with us for the news at 5 o'clock. I'm Kimberly Gill.
I'm Devin Skillian. Detroit Police Chief James White giving an update on the situation involving Samantha Wall within just the past couple of hours. He said DPD investigators have developed what he calls persons of interest in the case. He declined to reveal what they know so far about a motive, but he called that part of it different from a hate crime. He emphasized there is no indication that anti-Semitism played a role.
Yeah, the chief did say, though, Samantha Wall attended an event Friday evening before returning home. Victor Williams joins us live following that news conference, which also drew members of the national media. Victor, the chief understandably holding back on a lot of the details in this case.
Yeah, that's right, Kimberly and Devin, but he was able to reveal a little bit about the timeline surrounding the death of this person. Now, it does look like she did attend a wedding on that Friday night, and that was the last time anyone saw her alive.
We're not ruling out anything. Okay, let me be clear. We're looking at every aspect of this case.
Chief White on the investigation into the murder of downtown synagogue president Samantha Wall, revealing authorities are taking a closer look at several who may have been involved in her death.
We have a number of people that give us interest. We are just short of calling one of the people a suspect.
A trail of blood from the inside to the outside of the residence is what police have been examining closely.
What we believe to have happened is after she was attacked inside the home, she stumbled outside and collapsed.
And with no signs of forced entry or defensive wounds, police are also looking into who she could have potentially been with after leaving a wedding Friday night.
We're working through our video assets in the area, all of the digital doorbell systems and things such as that to identify when she was seen last physically outside of the residence.
Chief White says she returned to her home around 12:30 Saturday morning. Somewhere between that time and 6 a.m. when her body was found was when she was brutally stabbed multiple times.
I just want to assure the community that everything possible is being done to bring this case to a close.
DPD tonight making it clear that no one in the Jewish community is in any danger.
We believe that there are no other groups or anyone else at risk in regards to this particular incident.
And of course, this continues to be a hot topic for the community, especially for those who knew Samantha and the legacy that she leaves behind. Victor Williams.
Okay, Victor, continue to keep us posted. We appreciate it.
Massive Stellantis plant in Macomb County, the latest target of the UAW's ongoing strike against the Detroit Three. 6,800 workers at Sterling Heights Assembly joining the strike today. Sean Lay live with these latest big developments. Sean.
Big time. Huge facility, as you mentioned, Devin. Huge walkout here. You've got some groups here, but all the way up and down Van Dyke, if you follow me this way, at each and every entrance. As you mentioned, about 6,800 workers walking out today. Many of them told me they were caught off guard around 10 a.m. when they got a text that said, it's your time to strike. Walk out. We were here when UAW President Shawn Fain led this walkout, asking him what's going on with this particular, why here and why now? Mr. Fain, what are we looking at? What's happening and why?
Well, we just had to analyze over the weekend. As we said, we've shifted how we're doing things, and we had to look at the big three over the weekend. We analyzed where we were with each company, and as you know, Stellantis is by far the most profitable of the big three. And looking at the numbers where we are, what's on the table, Stellantis has the least amount on the table. So we just felt it's time to step up the action.
UAW President Shawn Fain leading workers at the massive Stellantis Sterling Heights Assembly plant out onto the picket lines, telling me he's going to shake things up yet again as the UAW is expanding its strike in a big way. 6,800 men and women make the Ram truck here, but that assembly line coming to a halt, hitting Stellantis' biggest moneymaker. This move today designed to move Stellantis to make a deal.
We want to get an agreement. We want to get this thing done.
When can it get done?
It can get done, in short order. I mean, it can be done by this week. That's up to the company.
Stellantis says the company is outraged by this walkout after presenting the UAW with a new offer last Thursday, a 23% wage increase, 50% increase in the company's contributions to worker retirement plans, and more. But Stellantis says it never got an answer until today's massive walkout. By striking this plant, is it any in the ballpark to say it's a Hail Mary of sorts?
There's no Hail Marys. We're going to do what we got to do. It's time to hit them where it hurts and get this thing done.
Back here live at 6 o'clock, we talked to many of these workers who walked out here today as now RAM assembly has come to a halt. They're telling me this is a big statement that they are making today. But again, many caught off guard here. Also keep in mind, Devin and Kimberly, this is day one on the picket line for thousands of these workers. Others have been out, as you know, a month, a week, and a day. Also at 6, we explore and also ask Sean Fain about possible strike fatigue here for those workers who have been out all this time. Back to you.
Sean, there are also the reports running around now that Sean Fain is not on that $500 a week strike pay, that he's still getting his full salary.
Right, he's leading the walkouts here, of course, and calling for these targeted strikes, but he is getting his full salary, about $208,000. We asked sources about that today. They said the UAW has a constitution rules, and they're following those rules to a T, so it's in the contract that the UAW president gets paid his salary and not taking strike pay at that time.
All right, Sean.
All right, Michigan State University is in damage control mode again, trying to explain how and why an image of Adolf Hitler appeared on the Spartan Stadium video board Saturday before the game against Michigan. Will Jones live in East Lansing today with reaction from campus. Will.
Kimberly, you know this is always a very big game in the state. Everyone looks forward to it. And for many people, it was not only surprising what took place before the game, it was also very upsetting. And they want answers.
Questions remain for MSU officials over a pre-game trivia question involving Adolf Hitler shown on the video board at Spartan Stadium Saturday night.
My first thought was that's got to be AI. That's got to be Photoshop. Like, there is no way that that was actually shown on the stadium jumbotron.
West Bloomfield native Matthew Zivian is on the board of the Jewish Student Union at Michigan State.
It was just negligence in its purest form. You know, I don't think there was any malintention.
University officials apologizing and promising greater oversight on what is displayed at sporting events. Sunday afternoon, MSU interim president Teresa Woodruff attended a brunch at the Hillel Jewish Student Center.
It was a good opportunity for everybody to cool down and sort of come together, but I know that real conversations need to be had going forward where we can get a proper explanation as to what happened.
This happening during a time of rising tension across the country, including on college campuses, over the crisis unfolding in the Middle East. MSU Hillel Executive Director Robin Huey says the center is making sure Jewish students feel supported.
We are always thinking about students' mental health, their wellness. We provide a lot of programming focused on that.
We're told this investigation is ongoing into how this happened. We're also told one employee has been suspended during this investigation. We're live in Michigan State in East Lansing. Will Jones, Local 4.
Okay, Will, thank you for your report this evening.
Baltimore's M&T Bank Stadium became a house of horrors for our Lions Sunday. The Ravens looked more like Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds.
Oh, that's good.
And I guess the Lions were Tippi Hedren. Yes, it was not pleasant.
All right, Bernie's here now. Breakdown the latest from Allen Park. I mean, before you could blink, it was like it was 21-0.
And it was 28-0 at some point.
Never really in it.
No, they weren't. The Lions' 4-game winning streak over, I thought, before opening kickoff. This was about as flat a performance one would see. Lions were bad in the first half, bad in the second half. We didn't check, but we're sure halftime was no picnic. Ravens win at 38-6. We've got highlights. You can chalk a big part of this up to Lamar Jackson, who was simply dazzling. 3 touchdown passes and a touchdown run there. A short time ago, Dan Campbell talked about ending this losing streak at 1.
At the end of the day, we're 5-2, and where we're going to have a problem is we back it up with another loss. That's where the problem. To me, there's a ton to learn off this tape for myself, for the coaches, and for these players. But we got to own it.
They own it, all right. They're 5-2. Lions, by the way, don't play again until next Monday night. The Raiders will be here at Ford Field. That's the night before Halloween. I'm telling you now, the Lions will be 6-2. It'll be fun trick-or-treating when that one's over. Raiders are not very good.
They're not.
So this is a perfect spot for the Lions.
And the house should be rocking. Monday Night Football, all that.
And the costumes.
Yes. All right, Bern. Okay. A little more in sports coming up from Bernie in just a bit. Other news at this hour, a building that was once used for repair and maintenance of City of Detroit vehicles is coming down. It was called the Motor Transportation Garage. It was in use started in 1955 all the way through 2011, but since then it's been sitting vacant at Verner and Livernois. So today, crews arrived to begin the prep work to demolish the structure as part of the City of Detroit's commitment to removing long-standing commercial blight. City is using American Rescue Plan funds to pay for the project.
All right, well, we would have liked to maybe have seen a little more sunshine, but over and all, it just wasn't too bad of a day today.
I thought it was pretty darn nice.
Yeah,
I'll take more. In fact, look at that shot behind Kim. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Look at this shot. We've got some clouds that have moved in, but it's a little bit below normal, but we're on our way to temperatures in the 70s tomorrow. 54 right now in downtown Detroit, 56 in Howell, 54 in Pontiac, upper 50s in Adrian, pretty much mid to upper 50s across the board here in southeast lower Michigan. It is warmer than it was yesterday by 7 degrees in Adrian, 3 degrees downtown in Mount Clemens, and 4 degrees warmer right now in Pontiac than it was at this same time yesterday. Now tomorrow, that 24-hour temp change is going to get really interesting because we go from temperatures in the upper 50s today, mid to upper 50s, all the way into the low 70s tomorrow, and we should get some sunshine as well. Our temperature trend is pretty much all over the place. It's up, it's down. It's going to stay down for a while, though, but we'll talk about when it's up coming up.